Never feed wild alligators. I was fishing the other day and I saw this little guy. No big deal, we have alligators everywhere down here in Florida. Usually an alligator this size doesn't want anything to do with a human. But I noticed that he was following me around every direction I went and even tried to steal the fish off my line. Now, I thought this was a little strange, so I asked the neighbors and they said, "Oh yeah, we've been feeding him snacks." Alligators aren't typically aggressive towards humans that are minding their business, but if they've been fed, they get too comfortable, and it could result in a human injury or your cat or dog going missing. So it's actually illegal to feed alligators here in Florida. So I went to Petco the other day and I saw this cool blue lobster that looked really mean. Turns out, she was just protecting her eggs. So I took her home, acclimated her to the tank, and it was time to research how to raise the babies. Like and subscribe for part 2. Yesterday I said goodnight to Babe, my blue lobster, and I turned off the lights. When I turned on the lights this morning, this is what I found. But don't worry guys, she's not dead. She's over here eating one of her claws. That's actually a molt. So when these guys grow, they shed their skin kind of like a snake does, and then they usually eat it because it's full of the nutrition they need to grow a new healthy shell. This guy is about to have 100 babies. So he invited his girlfriend over to his cave the other day, and next thing you know, he's stuck taking care of a bunch of eggs. But he's a good dad though. He'll take care of them until they're at this wiggler stage here. And once they get to be wigglers, I'll take care of them until they're selling size. I bought the biggest fish they had at PetSmart. So about 6 months ago, I went to PetSmart in search of the biggest fish they had. Now, of course, they don't keep a lot of full-grown fish in their tanks, so I had to get them as babies. One of the fish was this 2-inch gold severin. I told you guys that this would be one of the biggest fish they had at the store, so what does it look like now? It's almost as big as my hand. And this fish maxes out at about 8 to 10 inches, so there's plenty of room left to grow. My fish Buttercup is a savage. I keep plants in all of my aquariums, including the 75-gallon cichlid tank. This tank's been growing fine for about a year, until a couple weeks ago when I started noticing that the plants were looking chewed up, and some were even all the way pulled out and floating on the surface. And I couldn't figure out why until I caught him red-handed. Come on, man. These little guys are going to grow up to be one of the most beautiful fish in fresh water. Don't believe me? This is their mom.
Wow.
I know, what a babe, right? Her name is Sully, and right behind her is her smaller and much younger baby daddy. His name is Mike. And if you guys can figure out why I named them Sully and Mike, I'm going to heart your comment. Now they're guarding all these little babies. And while I think they would be good parents, as you can see by little Mike chasing off these angelfish, you go, Mike. There's just no way that all these babies survive in this tank. So what I'm going to do to make sure I can grow out as many of these babies as I can is siphon them into another container so I can move them into a grow out tank. Oh, they're just so cute when they're this small though. So for the next couple weeks, we'll grow them out in this beta tank until they're large enough for me to put them in a bigger one. Like and subscribe to watch these babies grow up. Today I caught my angelfish laying eggs. First you can see the female lay the egg on a leaf while the male keeps watch. And when she's done, they switch places and the male fertilizes the egg while the female keeps watch. And they can do this for hours and have hundreds of babies. Like and subscribe for more updates from the fish room. Oh my goodness! You guys see that? She just spit eggs, so I've got to actually harvest these. That's crazy. I don't know if you guys can see those in there. But I just grabbed her and she spit a bunch of eggs and she's small for that. But what we'll see her do in a minute is start picking these eggs up. Pick your eggs up, mama. These are mystery snail eggs. And this is my first ever footage of my mystery snails laying eggs. If you look closely, you can see the egg passing through the snail's translucent body. Can't see it? How about now? Pretty cool, right? The snail could lay anywhere from 50 to 300 eggs. Now we just have to wait 2 to 3 weeks and watch them hatch. Like and subscribe for updates. Could these tadpoles be a tasty snack? So I was in the yard and I took a look at my drainage ditch and saw there were some tadpoles in it. And because I live in Florida, I know that these are an invasive species called the Cuban tree frog. So in an effort to save my local ecosystem, I scooped a few to see if they'd be a delicious snack. Then on the way in the house, I had to catch this gecko that snuck in when I opened the door. Alright, there you go, little buddy. Also, look at that spider. Now, back to the tadpoles. Will my African cichlids enjoy eating these as a snack? I think they like it. Today I went to Petco and I saw a fish I don't normally see. And I said, wait a minute, that's a flowerhorn. No way. And they're only $12.99. Double no way. So, of course, with flowerhorns being a fish that doesn't exist in a while and is super rare in a big box store, I bought 2 of them. I already had a tank ready for new fish, so I acclimated them to the temperature and dumped them right in. Now, flowerhorns can be very aggressive, so they're not typically put with other tank mates, and as these guys grow out, they will probably need to be separated. But they grow very fast, and in the next year, we could have a fish that looks like this, and that would be really cool. So stay tuned for updates, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Fred, my flowerhorn, and this is what he looked like 6 months ago. This is Frankie, my other flowerhorn. And yep, we got her 6 months ago too. They were so tiny and cute, but I had to separate them because of aggression. Hopefully someday I can put them back together and breed them, because these flowerhorn fish don't even exist in the wild, and I think that would be pretty cool. Like and subscribe to see if Fred and Frankie find true love.